Are you intrigued to know how to knit on little tiny circular needles? They're ever so tiny. I'm going to show you how I do it. Sometimes you may find that you wish to knit a tube where there's no joins and you're knitting around and around continuously to create the length of that tube of knitting. And when I'm knitting socks, this is when I use these really tiny needles. You can knit a tube on double pointed needles, or you can do magic loop, or you can use the really small needles, these little tiny circulars. I will use magic loop when I get to the larger area of a sock, and I do that just because there's more stitches on the needle and there's not enough space on those tiny needles. So I'll do another video for magic loop, which I will put a link to at the end of this video. This is the first really tiny circular needle that I bought, and you can see that the ends are the same length and it works okay. However, I got a little bit uncomfortable with it, and I've got another pair I can show that I now use. This is a current project I'm working on, and just show you the needles are different lengths on this set, and I find it easier to have the longer needle. It just makes knitting a little bit easier. In my other knitting videos, I'm showing how I do English style with the yarn on the right hand side, and as I have the yarn tensioned across my finger, I then rest the needle across my thumb. But there's just not enough room here, so I've had to modify how I do that, and I'll just knit holding the needles on the top instead, like this. Honestly, I don't find it as comfortable as my regular knitting, but needs must if I'm going to knit a sock on these needles. So I'll show you how I go along with that. And as you can see, I'm not resting the needle on my thumb. I'm just holding the needles with my fingertips. But the benefit of knitting on the tiny needles is there's only these to fight with, not 3 or 4 or 5 double pointed needles. So I find this a simpler way to knit. And when you knit this way, you're only doing knit stitch. There's no purl stitching at all, because you never have to go back on a row. So we're literally going around and around and around doing knit stitches like this. And that still creates the stocking stitch. So you can see there the nice smooth side, and on the underside there's the loops created by the knitting. I hope that demystifies these tiny little needles for you, and maybe you knit with them already, or maybe you're wanting to have a go. Please let me know in the comments.